Also, it's really, really warm today, by the way. Oh, hell yeah. That's what you want to see. Maybe with less with less clipping into the background, the green screen, but hey. Can actually... Oh yeah, I can zoom some more. Oh, sorry, I'm up. You know what I would find extremely fucking cool? If they let you create your own, like, streamer employees. I would fucking find that the best. Because I would totally just fucking make, like, dark side fill or some bullshit. Okay, ASMR streams become more effective. Yeah, we can go for that one. Gaming streams affect more people. Streamer employees stream for longer periods. Okay, well, I can't afford that yet anyway. But if that's the case, then we're gonna move over to ASMR. Oh, right, I have to put down the phone. That's terrifying. That is terrifying. I would not want to see that. Gee, now that the camera is so high quality, it's making me feel like really, really uncomfortable that's her face. I know that's not really a nice thing to say, but neither is her face, so. Alright, hold on, let me... There we go. I don't know how impactful this stuff is either. You know what I mean? Like... Oh, I have to do this again. Forgot to bring his phone for like a 9-hour. Who forgets to bring their phone? Who in 2020 fucking 5 actually still forgets to bring their phone? That doesn't happen, right? That doesn't happen. The thing that you have literally your entire life on, I don't think that's the case. Like maybe people who you know, like old people who don't give a shit about their phone. I can see that. But in general, I don't think anybody nowadays still like actually forgets their phones. I don't think that I don't believe that that happens. But what do I know? We are making a like they are definitely more effective. And also like people are sending $70 donations. Man. Speaking of DSP and donations, I for those who might not be involved, this isn't gonna mean anything to you, but for those who know, they know. I gotta be fucking real. I'm struggling to keep up. I think I mentioned this in one of the first episodes that I like haven't really kept up with DSP for a while, but I've gotten back into it and it's just like it's so boring. You know, it's so fucking boring at this point where like back in the day okay, we've seen. I feel like we're gonna run into that issue a couple of times, but it's so crazy that like, you know, back in the day when you watched like a Snort Burnell compilation or mimology or memology 101, there would be some kind of like entertaining aspect to it, right? There would be some sort of aspect to like a DSP clip or video where it was like he was saying some dumb shit or he was freaking out, he was mauling over some dumb bullshit, like being bad at a video game or whatever, which, you know, is fine, like whatever. But nowadays, it like all the compilations and all the fucking like this is how you don't plays are just plagued by thousands of clips of him begging for fucking money, and it's so fucking tiring to watch. Like where in the past it used to be like laugh at the sky. This is the same shit again. Where in the past it was like laugh at this guy being bad at video games and also being a fucking idiot for here and there sometimes asking for entirely like insane things. There was at least stuff happening in the DSP sphere, the DS sphere, if you will. But it's like nowadays it's just begging, nothing else. Is literally just begging for donations. And then like getting mad for people not wanting to see certain video games. And cologne reviews, I guess. It's just like, bro, it's so sad. And I don't, the thing is, like, I don't think DSP is gonna go away because there's gonna be people who are gonna whale them out again. It's happening every day. And I don't even, bro, if that dude fucking loses the ability to make money from streaming, I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. But it's so crazy to me because, like, I think were he to just say fuck it, like if I guess that requires him not being a massive narcissist, but like if he was smart, right? If he was smart, he would cash in on the entirety of the hatred and the trolling that's happening against him. Like he would just cash in on that. He just, like, if you need the money that bad, like, it's not like there's any sort of dignity to be upkept right now. I mean, maybe from his perspective, I don't know. But it's like he always talks about like, oh, these sellouts and those sellouts and these people that are making so much money by being pieces of shit, and those people who are making so much money by being pieces of shit. Like, why don't you just be a piece of shit? Like, a piece of shit outside of what you were already being, is what I mean. Like, dude. Then just sell out too and make a lot of money. Except you won't anyway, because nobody gives a fuck about you. But that's the thing, it's like he's so uninteresting, right? And you can, you know, that's like a subjective thing, maybe to a couple of people he is. But he's so uninteresting. And it's like, bro, maybe just do make a show out of it, right? Like, I remember the time frame where he always talked about like, oh, you know, I'm not a Muppet. Like the streamer with the yellow lot and the blue hair and whatever. It's like, don't pretend like you're some kind of, you know, don't pretend like you're some kind of like sophisticated content creator. I don't do that either. You know, like, I don't want kids in my audience. They still show up because video games. But like, the idea isn't that I'm making content for kids. And, you know, in that regard, like, maybe it's a bit hypocritical for me to say, like, you know, just do that. But like, I'm also not in the need for the money. Right? Like, I'm not in it for making money. Like, DSP clearly is. And his problem is that he's not making that kind of money. And, you know, also, like, gambling addiction to a wrestling gacha game, but that's a whole different story altogether. Big fin squid. They're found 20,000 feet below the surface. Yeah, that's real for sure. Oh, okay. I thought there were more. Jeez, that's another. Oh god, I hate it. I hate the way she speaks. Look at that. That's the fucking creepiest thing in the ocean. And outside the ocean, too. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. If he were as smart as he believes himself to be, he would just... Oops. I think he just buy into the whole detractor memes about him. Or he just ham it up on purpose or whatever. But like I said, that requires him to like not be the narcissist that he is. And again, I know that for the people watching here, probably that doesn't like even mean anything, but and I'm also not gonna tell you to go check out like the channels that I mentioned earlier, even though I think they're base channels, but it's just like don't even involve yourself with the whole DSP situation, because I'm not gonna lie to you, it can get tiring. I don't know that, like, I find it funny that people, I guess, actually watch those kinds of things. Really not my cup of tea. But anyway. Yeah, but no, like I said, like, while they are, like, base as fuck channels, I don't know. It's best not to involve yourself with the whole DSP story, unless you're, like, a fan of lolcows or whatever. In that regard, it's like, you know, you can do whatever the hell you want, I guess. I mean, you can do whatever the hell you want regardless, but I just don't think it's necessarily a great idea to involve yourself with that guy, because there are like moments where it's so fucking frustrating. I think one of my biggest cringe moments with DSP, and let me tell you, there are a lot of those, was definitely the one where he had like Review Tech USA on stream, and he like fucking, he was like, Rich, have you ever heard of the King Snake? I was just like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop trying to do some weird, like gotcha moment type shit. It was so cringe. It's just as cringe as the oh, the guys in Infinite Wealth are just like me for real. Like, you ever just like see a person embarrass themselves, but they're convinced that what they're doing is like some big, like, powerful moment, and it's just like, ugh. 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 It's bad. Yeah, it's like so not entertaining anymore. It's great for background noise. Most of the DSP videos, or rather not his own videos, but the tractor videos are great for background noise, because it's like, it's just white noise of some old man begging for money from disabled people. But in general, honestly, like, it's hard to watch a lot of times. It's just like, it's just so boring, and so much of just like, guys, we've got 20 minutes left in the stream here, and we're not even halfway to the tips goal. Now let's go, let's get that momentum going. Let's go crazy with it. Let's get some... Let's get some tips, donations, kick subscribers, YouTube members. Who's gonna gift them, huh, guys? Come on, who's gonna be that guy? Just like, bro. And all of that, and I think that's the most egregious shit. Sorry, I'm doing my funnies and Kingdom Hearts cookies. What? Huh? Cookie Run Kingdom is what I meant. But yeah, no, it's just like, Yeah, right. I was gonna say, like, then this hasn't changed. After reaching like a $1,200 goal or something, the next day he started begging again. It's like, bro, where the fuck did the 1.2k? I would fucking love for people to just give me 1.2k for my birthday. You know, like, that would be based in my eyes. And I would be like, okay, well, guess I got like fucking a shitload of money extra this month. I mean, granted, I also don't have like debt in WWE champions, but whatever. It's just the whole sphere is so crazy, and it's been like that. Sometimes I get fucking flashbanged by these facts that, like, oh, the cat reveal is like a couple years old already, or the DSP marriage reveal. They've been married for like 6 years now. And I distinctly remember the time, and I'm sorry I'm talking so much about DSP, it's just kind of been on my mind again recently. But like the wackiest shit about that is that, like, I still remember that, right? I still remember it vividly when it happened, right? Like, it's insane. And I'm just like baffled, just entirely, completely. It's like, wow, it's really been that long, huh? Oh no, somebody unfriended me in Cookie Run Kingdom. No. I haven't been playing for a couple of days. That's also true. Like, this game kind of, I'm sorry that I'm doing this also while recording, but because we're letting this run out in energy anyway, I hope it's okay for everybody. I could just cut this, but then you would miss out on prime DSP story time from a guy who has nothing to do with DSP. Ain't that fucking crazy? And at this point, we're just like kind of farming money anyway. Which is like why I'm in particular hoping that hiring new people will mean that we have a little bit more to do. I mean, truth be told, we can probably hire a guy and then also already buy the... Yeah, okay, yeah, very easily. We can hire a dude and also buy a motorbike. We're gonna let the energy run out, so it's fine. But either way, yeah, like I said, like those are my... Those are some of my big issues, if I'm to be completely honest with you. It's just like, I find it so gross, right? This idea that, like, you will get gifted a bunch of fucking money from people who probably already don't have that much to begin with on their own, right? Like, there's genuinely people in DSP's community that, like, give their entire disability or give parts of their disability checks to him, and it's like he's still asking for more. And in that regard, if you're a content creator who is getting money from donations, then any amount you ask is too much, right? And any amount you get is too much as well, because it's people giving you money out of their goodwill. But, you know, tell that to somebody who's a greedy fucker. It's like, alright. Very, 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 very crazy. But in that regard, like I said, like these things haven't really changed over the years with DSP. I remember the Super Mario 64 marathon, the $2,000 cat reveal. And then, like, I think the next day or the next stream, he was already begging for money again. Like, guys, that money that I got, that immediately went into taxes. I have nothing left of that. And I think back at that time, the whole, like, WWE Champions thing wasn't even relevant yet. I think it was just spending money, like a fuck ton of it. And I don't know, like, at this point, I feel like it might be easier, or it would be easier for him to just, like, admit the fact that he's a fucking alcoholic gambling addict than it is to, like, you know, come out and, oh, I have to give those things right. Than it is to, you know, like, keep trying to keep the veil up and whatever. Like, bro, just say that then. Like, just admit it that you are. But the problem is that, like, in his twisted fucking mind, that somehow makes it so the detractors are winning and the trolls are winning. Where at the same time, it's like, I think people, I mean, people would probably stop donating if you decided to come clean about what the fuck you were doing. But at the same time, also, like, maybe, just maybe, I just realized something, by the way. I hope that that's not the case. But I did record the other day, so I'm pretty sure it's set up properly. Give me the money. The properties. Yeah, that's one track. That's the other track, okay. Excuse me. I just wanted to check if I'm actually on 2 audio tracks, which I was pretty sure that I was. Just a little on the fly. Checking. I was pretty sure that I already was because I set it that way on Friday when I was recording the Force Unleashed. But I just wanted to double check while I was recording. But yeah, like I said, like I think personally that, like, if you just came clean with the idea, like, okay, I have a problem, you know, I have several problems, it is hurting me, I can't help myself. Like, I think people, first of all, it would be the first step to maybe solving those issues. And then second of all, like, you know, maybe people would be willing to help in some way. But I don't even know if that's true, honestly. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about it in too much of a complicated fashion. Maybe people would also just, like, stop donating to him completely, and then he'd go out of business, guys. Even though I'm not sure about that. I think if he was honest, but that's you know, that's also countered by literally, like, 17 years of being a piece of shit. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe none of it would matter in the long run anyway. How would we ever know? How would we ever know? We've been streaming for 52 hours. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's not even that. Wait, is it not? Okay, now it is. Okay, I'm sorry, because like the fucking was making me crazy. Every time I play a song, there's some dick ass outside who drives past the house. Bum bum bing bum bum. They really, by the way, need to enforce some way that you fall asleep, because the problem right now is that we aren't moving on with the days, which means on one hand we're not getting cash from our subscription. On the other hand, though, it also means that we're not getting new bills, because the bills only ever show up like as you keep going. We're almost at 20k, by the way. We could potentially afford the beach villa right now. Oh no, we can't, because the one-time fee is 45k. Okay, but we could afford the rent. So after this stream is over, we'll go to sleep. We will upgrade our internet. We'll hire a streamer. And then we will see how that works out. We'll see what that does for us. For now, I believe that the end goal should be to get the beach villa and get, you know, all the streamers. Not necessarily get everything from Zamazor or whatever. I don't think that really matters. My main plan right now is, I'd say, you know, get all the streamers, get the most expensive house, and then that's where it'll stop, I suppose, for now anyway. I don't know, like, because that's the thing, right? There as it stands right now, and I mentioned this last time around, there isn't that much of a real goal here, right? It's like, okay, buy the best house. That's it. It's like open-ended forever. There isn't like much of a role-playing aspect here, which is why, you know, this is also isn't going to go on forever. What I would be willing to do would be, you know, like if we, I don't think we're gonna, I mean, maybe we're gonna reach it now. I have no idea. But eventually, I think, you know, when we reach that point, my idea would be to, you know, maybe put this aside for a while, try out some other games, record some other stuff, and just come back to it whenever there's like an actually big update. They are working on like the 1.0 update right now, which will be the one that they release the game with. But other than that, you know, I don't really see it. There's not a lot of like goals here. I know that with simulator games, usually the idea is just to play it until a certain point where you decide like, okay, this is it, we're gonna stop here, which is kind of what we're doing anyway. But in my mind, it would be cool if there were like some overarching idea of what you want to do, or like some proper point to reach where the game tells you like, okay, you did it, buddy. And I feel like the last time that happened was with like the 500 sub goal, and we've blasted past that quite a bit. It's raining outside, be careful. Why does that matter if I'm just staying in here for almost 60 hours and just streaming. Are you crazy? It's bad for you if you stay immobilized like this for too long. I'm hoping, like I said, also that there will be like, because right now there isn't much in terms of like, there isn't really a penalty for streaming too long. There isn't really much in the ways of, oh, you know, if you fuck up, you die or whatever. Like, we got swatted that one time. That's about it. We'll see. We'll see. Speaking of skill points, what if we hop right into our streamer employees streaming for longer periods? Right? Relatable pool streams are now more interesting. Yeah, we should work towards this one then. Shouldn't be too difficult. Money-wise, we're at 22K. So we can pretty easily get that streamer lady. I don't know if that means we have to get like a separate bed for her though. We'll see. And like I said, you know, as things move on, if there are bigger updates where there's a lot more to do, I'll be happy to come back to this game and try it out again. But if not, then we can also just like leave it. You know, like there are other simulators where, in my opinion, it's more fun to play because the progression is very different. I think the progression here is too fast, right? We spent the first session of like 4 hours getting a proper setup, and then by the end of that session we were already starting to make an okay amount of cash, and then by the end of the second session we were at a point where we literally don't even need to do the delivery jobs anymore, which is fine because like the whole idea of the game is to be a streamer anyway, right? Not a delivery dude. But it's like now we're sitting here in this boring room, just another rainy Sunday afternoon. Sorry, I can't lyric. I can do Avatar of Destiny ones. That's pretty cool. So, you know, we're at a point where not okay, that was the donation alert. We're at a point where I'm hoping that hiring somebody will bring in some amount of like fresh new air, even though I'm not sure if that's the case at all. All right, let's see. So first of all, boom. What's my speed? 40. Jesus. Well, 38 to 40 for download anyway. Same here. All right, so time for 1080p. How about 120 FPS? Yeah, that should be fine. Actually, yeah, that should be all right. I mean, I don't know how much it matters to have like better quality on the saved streams, but now we're actually Can we? Yeah, we can still totally do that, right? Or can we maybe go... No, that's too much. Okay. That's fine. That'll work. That will work. Right, that was that. So, let's see what happens when we hire this lady. Enjoy the perks of being a boss. What does that mean? Oh, there you are.